Good afternoon, and welcome to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. I am your host, Kevin King. He is I, and I am him, the 800 Credit Score Man himself, and I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in and listening to the 800 Credit Score Man Show. You know I truly appreciate it. Every Saturday, 1:30 Central Standard Time, 2:30 on the East Coast. That means it's 11:30 a.m. on the West Coast. So again, thank you guys for coming in and checking out the show. So today, what are we going to talk about today? Today, I'm going to review a couple of programs for your credit and give you several ways to increase your credit score. So the goal is to make it real for you. I'm going to give you some real life examples and demonstrate how it can happen for you. You can get your credit score up. Too many of you think that, if you have too much bad debt on your credit report, that you can't experience gains in your credit score. Well, I'm here to tell you, so what? So what you've got collections? So what you had a bankruptcy? So what you got missed payments on your credit report? You can get your credit report up. You can get your credit score up. So I'm here to tell you straight up. So what? Doesn't matter if you have those things. You can get your credit score to go up. It may take some time for you. It's not going to happen overnight necessarily, but you can get your credit score to go up and get interest rates that are going to be good for you and save yourself some money. So that's what I'm going to talk about today for you. Now, you do have to remove or deal with these negative items. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal and remove with those negative items on your credit report. And at the same time, and this is most important, at the same time, you've got to add some positive items to your credit report as well. So you can do both at the same time. You can walk and chew gum, so you can do both at the same time. A lot of credit repair companies out there, those whose names you know very well because you hear them on the radio, you see them on TV, or what have you, you hear them and they talk about helping you with your credit. Oftentimes what they do, they help you with the bad credit. So you're fixated on the bad stuff on your credit report. Like, I got to get this off to get my credit score to go up. And absolutely, you remove those bad things from your credit report, your credit score is going to go up. But you must do some positive things as well to really get the most points out of your credit report and your credit score. So that's what I actually do. That is my expertise. That's where I excel. Yes, of course, the 800 Credit Score Man will help you remove items that shouldn't be there, erroneous things on your credit report, see if we can get some things off that should be on there, but maybe technically we can kind of get those things off. Of course, the 800 Credit Score Man, we're going to do that for you. But in addition to, we're going to give you the positive strategies to help boost your credit score at the same time. Like I said, you can walk and chew gum at the same time, and so can we. So that's what we do. That's what I excel at. So put me to work for you. Email me, or text me. Text me right now. Matter of fact, I never tell people to text me on Saturday, but email me at 800@creditscoreman.com or text me right now, 312-600-5855. Text me or email me and get on my calendar so we can talk, and I can help you move your credit report and your credit score in the right direction. Last year was, I believe, I posted almost a year ago, I posted a meme and it said something like this: a year from now, you will wish you had started a year ago. So let's go. Let's get it done, you guys. So contact me, 800@creditscoreman.com, or you can text me right now, 312-600-5855, and get on my calendar so we can start the process for you for your credit score comeback, if you will. And since I'm saying credit score comeback, get to that Facebook page, get to that group, Credit Score Comeback. Go there, request to join that group, and I'll take a look at it later on today or tomorrow or Monday or something like that. But Credit Score Comeback, join that group, you guys, so you can talk and ask questions about credit anytime you want to. Doesn't matter when you do it. And then, a lot of people on this particular group, I don't remember what the numbers is. But it's like over 1,500 people, whatever it is. And so there's a lot of advice in there as well. So get to that group, Credit Score Comeback as well. All right, so let's get into the show, you guys. And let me throw a couple shout-outs, too, before I get in the show. Last Sunday, Brenda Taylor Brenda Taylor celebrated her birthday, so I've got to say happy birthday to you, Brenda. She is a staunch supporter of the 800 Credit Score Man show. She listens, she shares my posts, all those kinds of things. She likes them, all those kinds of things. So, Brenda, thank you so very much, and happy birthday to you. Andre Peoples celebrated a birthday last week, so happy birthday to you, Andre, actor. And when he's not acting, he's out there helping children, counseling children as well. So happy birthday to you, Andre Peoples. And I got to give a shout out to Ben Rose. Yes, Benjamin Rose. He's a producer, actor, creator extraordinaire, does all those things. So happy birthday to you, Ben Rose. And this last one I want to give before I, get on with the rest of the show is Anthony King. That is my cousin, you guys. So, somebody got to be a king on the show. He celebrated his birthday on the 24th of this month. So I got to say happy birthday to my cousin, Anthony King, as well. All right. So let's jump into the show. So last month or so, I've been informing you about, two new credit programs that will be unveiled in 2019. UltraFICO and ExperianBoost. Yes, that's BOOST, ExperianBoost. Both of these programs only help your Experian credit report. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that. So there are 3 credit bureaus, right? You've got, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So you have those 3 credit bureaus, but these 2 particular programs are coming to us from Experian. So this means that if you choose to participate in one or both of these voluntary programs, your credit score between the 3 credit bureaus will vary even more than it usually does. I get a lot of emails and text messages and questions, people asking, why is my credit score so different? It's different here versus somewhere else. And they're talking either they're different between TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, or they're different when they go to Credit Karma versus when they walked into a bank versus when they got their car versus when they apply for a mortgage. Their credit scores are so widely different, and this is not going to help it at all. That's my point. This is not going to help that at all, because if you participate in these particular programs through Experian, that credit score and that credit report, your credit score should be higher than it is right now. And so that means TransUnion is not using that information, and Equifax is not using that information. So your Experian credit report should be the higher of the 3 if you're going to participate in these particular programs. So participating in UltraFICO, which is not fully functional as of yet, not the last time I checked, which was a few days ago, it wasn't functional as of yet, could boost your score anywhere from 20 to 40 points. So UltraFICO, if you do not know, it's a voluntary program with Experian, again, Experian only, that will use your savings, checking, or money market account and the usage in there to kind of gauge your credit worthiness. So you should only volunteer for this particular program if you've had a bank account for no less than 6 months. So there's a lot of people out there that are unbanked. Don't be unbanked, you guys. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I talked about having a bank account, getting a bank account, how it can help you, and why you should have one. So go back and listen to that show if you didn't hear that show. But it's going to be for, people is going to look at your checking account, savings account, or your money market account. So should you volunteer for this program, like I said, you shouldn't have a bank account any less than 6 months. Now, Experian and articles that I've read, the research that I've done, they're not saying 6 months. They're not saying anything about how long you should have had a bank account. But in my estimation, and trying to read the tea leaves and read in between the lines, it did say they would be looking at, like how long you've had a bank account. So that would be good for you. The longer, the better, right? Just like with an account that you have on your credit report. The longer you've had it, the better it is for you to have had an account. So make sure that you've had one. If you don't have one, start one today. Start one today so you can get in this program if you decide to do so. So that's my advice. That's coming from me. That's not coming from Experian or Wall Street Journal or USA Today or anybody like that. So make sure you've had it for 6 months or so. So that's coming from me. So the longer the better. And make sure that you have all 3 of these particular factors if you're going to participate in UltraFICO. 1, no bounce checks. So if you had your bank account for a long time, short period of time, doesn't matter, whatever it is, no bounce checks. You don't want to have bounce checks on there. Now, they're only going back 90 days, technically. They're only going back 90 days to be looking and deciding your credit worthiness. They're only going to go back 90 days. So they won't be going back 2 years ago when you bounce a check or whatever. So if you bounce one, 6 months ago, fine, perfectly fine. If you did it, you haven't done it again since then, it is what it is. That's what it was. But now, 90 days, they're going to go back. So you haven't bounced a check within 90 days. You don't want to be able to do that. That's one thing. Here's another factor. No negative balances or overdrafts. So I know a lot of people, we have overdraft protection, whether it's free or whether you pay for it at your bank or your credit union or what have you. No overdrafts. You do not want to go over. You do not want to go in the negative in this 90 days. In this 90 days, you don't. That's what they're looking at. So 90 days is key. That's 3 months. You do not want to have that. And the third thing is to have a minimum balance of $400 in your account at all times. Again, within the last 90 days. So 90 days is key with all of these things because that's how far they're going to go back. So if you choose an account, whether it's a money market account that you have, a checking account, or a savings account that you're going to link this to, then make sure that it always has a balance of $400. Now, I know when I look at my statement, it'll give you like your average daily balance. And then, of course, you'll see your balance, on a daily basis. If you look at it every day or what have you, you will see those things. But it also talks about your average daily balance. In the research that I've done, it doesn't say anything about average because maybe it's possible that your average daily balance is, of course, higher than the $400. But, every once in a while you might have dipped down under $400. I don't know if they're looking at average daily balance or if they're just seeing, have you ever been under $400 or whatever it is, or if they're only going to see if you got $400 in there on a particular day that they're looking at it, or if you've ever been under $400 in the last 90 days. So to be careful and to make sure that you stay on top of it, make sure that you got $400 in there. You don't go under $400 if you're going to participate in this program. So let's give you the maximum points. All right, let's say you're going to participate in UltraFICO whenever UltraFICO hits the streets. So I'm going to give you the maximum points for our example today and what we're doing. Let's give you the maximum points. So they're saying that in this program, you could possibly get up to 40 points, all right? So you realize 40 points, that's a lot of points. That's good. That is really good. Got clients, as soon as they get that pop and they get 30 points, boom, here they come. They're calling me, they're texting me and saying, hey, well, my credit score went up 30 points because you ought to be excited about 30 points. You should be really excited. And why should you be excited? Because 50 points, just 50 points, moves you from one category to the next category. Just 50 does that. So it can move you, 50 points can move you from poor to fair, or from fair to good, or even from good to excellent. Just 50 points. So at 600, which is considered poor credit, and you get 50 points, then you're at 650, you move to fair credit. You move from the 650 to 700, that takes you from fair credit to good credit, and so on and so on. And keep in mind that the average credit score right now in America is around 700. So 40 points to gain 40 points for basically doing nothing but signing up and making sure you have $400 in your account, you're going to get a boost or could get a boost up to 40 points. But like I said, for our example, we're going to give you all the points for today. So let's look at ExperianBoost right quick. ExperianBoost. Wait a minute. Let me see. Should I do ExperianBoost right now? Let me do ExperianBoost right quick. Nope, I'm going to change my mind. Let's go ahead and do our question of the day. It's already 14 minutes in. I've been running my mouth already. So it's already 14 minutes in. We're going to look at ExperianBoost on the other side of the question of the day. And then we're going to finish out the show, and I'm going to give you several things that you should do when it comes to your credit report and trying to get it to move in a positive manner for you. Before I do that, let me give a couple more shout outs. Isaiah Craddock, that is my godson. He celebrated a birthday, so happy birthday to you, Isaiah. To Fiji Bryant, better known as Fee. Fee, happy birthday to you, Fee. Jordan King, yes, another relative of mine is celebrating a birthday coming up, so happy birthday to you, Jordan. John Harrigan is celebrating a birthday. I think his birthday is on Tuesday. I didn't write it down. So happy birthday to you, John. It's coming up. Happy birthday to you. And Anderson White, yes, Andy Prep celebrates a birthday as well. So happy birthday to you coming up, Andy White Anderson White as well. All right, so let's get to this question of the day, you guys. So the question of the day comes from Travis.